Welcome back to Sportsbook Review Videos. The NBA season is just about a month away, and it is time to start ramping up our NBA future odds coverage here at Sportsbook Review. Now, we already given you a preview of some of these Eastern and Western Conference future odds, but it's time to look at the updated Eastern Conference future odds right now from Bet365, and it comes as no surprise that the Cleveland Cavaliers are still heavy favorites to come out of the Eastern Conference this season at minus 200. Now, that doesn't mean that they won't be challenged by a couple of teams. However, they are definitely the clear-cut favorite. And as long as the health problem that they ran into last year is solved this year, really is hard to believe that they will not get out of the Eastern Conference and get to an NBA Finals where LeBron James will be playing in an unprecedented sixth in a row. But for the Cleveland Cavaliers, there are some challengers here, and I'll start off by the first challenger and the main challenger that they have at plus 600 is the Chicago Bulls. Now, with Fred Hoiberg coming in, really going to revamp this entire team. It remains to be seen what kind of basketball team they'll be looking like here on the offensive end. But if the Bulls can continue their run as a defensive-minded team just with higher upside on offense, they're definitely going to challenge the Chicago Bulls and are by far better than 6-1 right now, favorites to win the Eastern Conference. Big problem they ran into as well, Mike Dunleavy will miss about the first month of the season as well as training camp and the preseason after having surgery. That's going to be a big hit for them because they did not play like the same Chicago Bulls basketball team last season without Mike Dunleavy when he was hurt last year. However, 6-1, Bulls still pretty undervalued. Next up, however, is the Atlanta Hawks at 12-1. They're probably slightly overvalued right now. Losing DeMar Carroll is really going to hurt this basketball team. While it's not going to kill their playoff chances, it's definitely going to keep them outside of the top seed in the Eastern Conference this year, maybe even outside of the top 3 as well. Still think they're probably the class of the Southeast Division, but the Atlanta Hawks at 12-1, probably not a team you're looking at for future odds value this season. Now, next up, also at 12-1 is the Washington Wizards, a team that also is probably a bit overvalued for their price right now at 12-1. They lost Paul Pierce. He might be the veteran glue that holds that entire team together. They also have not been without their own injury concerns, and that front court really concerns me. Really getting old. Nene and Gortat not that mobile, and with the way the NBA is going, with small ball being prevalent, the Cavs and the Bulls especially being able to go small, not exactly a team I'm looking at to be a sleeper team in the Eastern Conference. Now, finally, the Miami Heat come in at 14-1, a team I've been very, very high on as well. A team that could also upset the Atlanta Hawks for that Southeast Division. In fact, they are probably even just as good as the Atlanta Hawks this year if they stay completely healthy, with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, along with Hassan Whiteside, Luol Deng, and Goran Dragic to round out that starting five. 14-1 is a value for this team. Whether or not they can cash in on that value is another question. However, undervalued they are in their future odds right now at 14-1. There's a look at your Eastern Conference future odds update. Make sure you check out my Western Conference update as well. But until then, for Sportsbook Review, I'm Jordan Sharp.